Hello, my name is Brandy Mim, also known as Unique the Deaf Dancer. What do? I'm a dancer, a teacher, and I own my own dance company. Listen with your eyes, dance troupe. My involvement with Together in Harmony Dallas 22. I'm here to help support with other artists to show that deaf can. My hope for the festival that it brings more awareness and understanding to the hearing world that deaf can do anything. We can do all things except just not hear. I am very happy to be involved in awesome time with Together in Harmony 22 Dallas.
Hello, my name is Justin Ruger. I'm an author and illustrator from Culpeper, Virginia, and I'm here to talk about my role in Together in Harmony Dallas 22. I will be presenting my children's book, Henry Meets a Honeybee. It aims to teach kids about pollination, the roles of honeybees in nature and within the hive, and the different jobs that they have. I have been a part of the deaf and hard of hearing community since birth, when I was born with nerve damage, and I believe that this function, Together in Harmony Dallas 22, is good for the deaf and hard of hearing community because it puts artists in the forefront and shows that you can be a dancer or an illustrator regardless of how life has put you through.
Hi, my name is Nikita Hatangari, and I'm a writer and filmmaker in the Dallas Metroplex, and I'm so honored to be here today in support of Nova Pangea's Together in Harmony Festival for 2022. I think this is a wonderful initiative that's very necessary, not only for the Dallas Metroplex, but for all over the world. It's really important for us to, as a community, to be inclusive. And I think this program is doing just that. And Nova Pangea has always been involved in supporting many humanitarian projects. So I'm so honored that I'm going to be able to share my children's book in the Juneteenth program. It's a book on diversity in America. It's really a book to celebrate the melting pot of the United States. It celebrates immigrants. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited for this festival to launch. And I wish Nova Pangea and everyone that's involved all the best.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. And this is Together in Harmony Dallas 22. This is our third show online. And we're very happy. We are at Alcuin School at the library. And we are so honored to have here Justin Ruger, and he is the author of Henry Meets a Honeybee. And now he's going to be signing up the books for children. And actually, you had already a round of children here, right? Yes. So thank you so much. And Dee, thank you for coming too. It's his mom. And just tell us about your experience here.
Hello, my name is Justin Ruger. I came from Culpeper, Virginia to Dallas so that I could do a book signing here at Alcuin School. The two books the book that I'm signing today is, as Carmina said, Henry Meets a Honeybee. It was published in October 9th, 2021 in honor of my late aunt. It goes into the roles of the queen, the worker bee, the drones, what pollination is, and then the roles within the hive. We're super excited to be here at Alcuin to do a book signing. The rounds of kids that we've had already have had great questions. And if you want to buy Henry Meets a Honeybee, you can go to www.hippiechicapiary.com, and you can find the book there. The what else was I supposed to say?
Okay. You can talk about the next one too, because it sounds like well, it's very educational. This is the first. This is the first one, and also we're working on the Spanish version too, right?
Oh yes, I forgot to mention that thanks to Carmina Nova Pangea, the Henry Meets a Honeybee is going to be translated into Spanish. I was supposed to tell you a little bit about my story. I started off as a PhD student at Catholic University in Washington, D.C. before I had a major car accident and a stroke. And that put me into rehab for about a month. And when I was in rehab, I started to think about books that I could share to my niece and nephew about honeybees. And when I researched them, I found that there were a lot of cute books about, bees love flowers and, pretty colors, but nothing that went into like the scientific detail of keeping bees or what bees do within their hive. So I started writing Henry Meets a Honeybee, but part of my therapy after my stroke was to draw, and I used my drawing to illustrate the book as well. And it took me 2 years to finish the first one, and we're really excited to have it out. It's done very well so far, and it was just published in the American Bee Journal this month.
Yeah.
I have 2 other books that are coming out on Mother's Day. One is Honey Teaches Beekeeping to Kids, and Honey Teaches Beekeeping. The difference between the 2 books is the To Kids book is 45 pages, sorry, and the beekeeping book for young adults is 60 pages, and it goes into the actual beekeeping, where you get your bees, what you wear to protect yourself, how to find the queen, how to treat for pests.
So I was learning a lot on Saturday when you show your book to us. Yes, it was very illustrative, enlightened. That I now I can tell you where is the queen bee. I can tell you now. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm sure that all children here in Alcuin School, not only in Alcuin School, but hopefully more schools here in Dallas, they will love it. And of course, and the most important, they're going to learn, and they're not gonna be anymore. They're not gonna feel fear with honeybees, because they are amazing. They're very important for our Mother Earth, and also we can have a lot of benefits from them too, health, right? So thank you so much, Justin. We are very, very happy to have you, very honored to have you here, and so thank you so much to you, Dee. Something else?
They have another great news, which is the nonprofit organization.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh, I'm your fan. Yes, I don't know how you can do everything that you're doing now. Now you're working on your nonprofit organization. Can you talk about this? About this organization?
Yes, I forgot all about the nonprofit, and I'm surprised because that's all I've been working on. When I wanted to begin beekeeping after my stroke, I was doing research to find how many resources were out there for beekeeping with disabilities, and there were none. I mean, if you were a veteran, there were a lot of nonprofits to help you as a veteran, but if you were not a veteran, if you were the general public, there was nothing for you. So I started Accessible Beekeeping, which you can find at www.accessiblebeekeeping.org, which will put together an experimental apiary and build, do research, design, and fabricate hardware that will help disabled beekeepers be successful. And then we're doing an experimental apiary in Midland, Virginia that will test different hive types, because there's multiple different designs of hives, and we're going to test which ones are easier for somebody who is, such, for example, in a wheelchair like I am. There is also a YouTube and podcast called Accessible Beekeeping and More that goes into detail, it doesn't go into detail, but actually interviews beekeepers with disabilities. So far, we've had someone in a wheelchair, someone who is blind, and the blind beekeeper explained how she used sound and smell and a partner who could look at the hive when she needed to do a more in-depth inspection.
Justin, thank you. Yes,
great.
I really admire what you're doing, and I think everybody here thinks the same. And so you have a big heart. Yeah, and can you give say something to those people that maybe they are struggling now because of diseases, or they feel limited by anything?
To be honest, when I first had my car accident and my stroke, I was struggling a lot. I wasn't able to get out of bed in the morning. I was very depressed, and the one thing that kept me going was actually my mother. She wouldn't let me have a pity party. She would ask me how much I weighed that day, and when I told her, she would say, okay, you get that many minutes to have a pity party, and then you have to get over it. So one thing I can say is that life isn't over, it's just beginning. And that's one thing that I've learned, is that just because my path changed doesn't mean that my life ended. It just means that there was something out there that a higher power, whatever you believe in, the higher power had something greater planned for me than what my original path was.
Wow, so pretty much.
Wow.
Thank you.
One more thing, I'm
Yep.
right here behind. Don't forget to talk about me too. No, no. Justin, we are celebrating also the month of Earth Day.
Yes.
So this is why we also want you to be here to talk about how important are the bees, not only for your community, but for the entire world. I mean, how these little creatures, what is the impact of these little creatures that sometimes we take it for granted? I mean, what do they do in a large scale?
What do the bees do at a large scale, and what's the impact that they have on?
So there are two, honeybees are very important to the population, as are all pollinators, not just honeybees. But a vast majority of the pollination that is done for almonds and different food types in the United States is done by honeybees. They are very important to pollinate our food sources. And while they are not native to North America, and some people will say that they're taking away the pollination that actual native species can do, we have a greater amount of humans living on the earth right now and in the United States than we did before. And having commercial beekeepers that will go and pollinate vast majority of vast land to get us those foods is very important. And if we were to let the bees die, our food sources would wither away and we would struggle. And one of the things that we have to remember is that it's not just the honeybees or it's not just the honeybees or other extinct animals that we have to worry about, because they already are struggling. We also have to worry about the ones that are not, because in the future they may not be here.
We actually have a song called Dreams in White, where this is the story about a kid that asks mom, "What's a polar bear?" So this song happens in the future.
So we have a song called
Dreams in White.
Dreams in White, and it talks about the extinction of the polar bear. So we're gonna perform it in a bit. Yeah.
All right, I think we're ready.
We're
Anything
ready.
else? Want to close?
So thank you so much. So we're gonna wait for more kids later on. So enjoy Alcuin School here, and I hope that you enjoy the music too. Thank you, and ready? Guys?
No, by the way, hold on. Justin is going to be on Friday, so talk about Friday too, and invite kids to probably, continue, getting the book also online.
Yes, because you're gonna be here also on Friday. Yes. So we're gonna continue inviting kids to come over here, and also people to join us online. All right. So Friday is gonna be Friday from 1 to 3. Mm-hmm. Right, 1 to 3.
But our show is from 2 to 3.
Exactly, and the show and the music from 2 to 3. Okay, so thank you so much. So, yeah, thank you. And I'm over there. We're gonna start to do some noise.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you very much. Just give a round of applause to our guest author. Really inspiring. I don't know. We all have stories. We all have limitations and things that tie us back to the past, whether it was an accident, maybe a condition, could be a sort of type of illness, or a personal situation with other people. But we all have the potential to grow. And this is what I take from our friend Justin and Dee as well, because you guys both together, you did amazing. It's just that means that just like bees, when you guys work together, when we work together, we can go high. Together in harmony. Thank you. That's a good name. Maybe we should use it, right, guys?
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Can we
All
steal
right.
that?
Yeah, maybe. Together in harmony. So this is our slogan, but it's also the name of the festival. We're trying to accommodate to be inclusive to the deaf and hard of hearing community. And Justin also corrected me, and I really want to apologize for that. He's not deaf; he's hard of hearing. So, which is kind of somehow on the spectrum of that diversity. So, thank you for the correction. But also he reads lips, so that's another thing. Yeah. So anyway, just making time. Ready?
Ready?
Do you want to talk about the first song?
Oh, this first song is in Spanish, and it is called Mundo de Caramelo, the Candy World. And it talks pretty much the way that we want to see life like children, always happy, but also sometimes it's spicy, and so sometimes it's a little bit, it's sweet, spicy, and bitter sometimes, right? So, but pretty much it brings all candies. It's a cultural Mexican song, and so this is a Wapango also written. So I hope you like it.
Ready?
And it says like this.
Hazme un mundo de caramelo, llena el aire con algodón, que los dulces caigan del cielo, las estrellas piñatas son. De repente las alegrías se me antojan de corazón. Si me como a besos la vida, chocolate los sueños son. Pa' que todo lo que esté bueno siempre esté a punto de turrón. Si los dulces son de colores, los recuerdos también lo son. En el cine las palomitas, el calor para los raspados, chocolate de la abuelita para el frío del corazón. Picosita la vida, dulcecito el amor, sonrisitas de nieve que me regalen, un rayito de sol, arrocito con leche para vivir, para darle sabor a todo lo que de pronto se queda triste, se queda solo. Quiero un mundo de caramelo donde todo sepa mejor. Esa niña que llevo dentro se me escape del corazón, que juegue con sus amigos y se ríe con todo el mundo, que la risa de todos los niños es la música del amor. Quiero un mundo de caramelo, llene el aire con algodón, que los dulces caigan del cielo, las estrellas piñatas son. En el cine las palomitas, el calor para los raspados, chocolate de la abuelita para el frío del corazón. Picosita la vida, dulcecito el amor, sonrisitas de nieve que me regalen, un rayito de sol, arrocito con leche para vivir, para darle sabor a todo lo que de pronto se queda triste, se queda solo. Quiero un mundo de caramelo donde todo sepa mejor. Esa niña que llevo dentro se me escape del corazón, para que juegue con sus amigos y se ríe con todo el mundo, que la risa de todos los niños es la música del amor. Quiero un mundo de caramelo, llene el aire con algodón, que los dulces caigan del cielo, las estrellas piñatas son. En el cine las palomitas, el calor para los raspados, chocolate del abuelito para el frío del corazón. Quiero un mundo de caramelo donde todo sepa mejor. Esa niña que llevo dentro se me escape del corazón, para que juegue con sus amigos y se ría con todo el mundo, que la risa de todos los niños es la música del amor. Quiero un mundo de caramelo, llene el aire con algodón, que los dulces caigan del cielo, las estrellas piñatas son. En el cine las palomitas, el calor para los raspados, chocolate de la abuelita para el frío del corazón. Dulcecito el amor.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. And next song.
All right, next song. It's a song by a Mexican rock band called Maná. But this song is special. Also because it talks about one of these great characters in life called Chico Mendes. And he was Zeringueiro in Brazil, rubber tapper. But he actually fought for human rights, but also for the forest. He came here to the United States, to the UN, to kind of share what was going on in the Amazon. So a lot of the protection laws that we have nowadays is because of his efforts. Unfortunately, he got killed in that action. I mean, he left family and a wife that he left a lot of inspiring moments throughout his community as well. So this song focuses on that part of his life and his legacy. So it's called Cuando los ángeles lloran, when the angels cry.
A Chico Méndez lo mataron, era un defensor y un ángel de toda la Amazonía. Él murió a sangre fría, lo sabía color de melo y también la policía. Cuando los ángeles lloran, lluvia cae sobre la aldea, lluvia sobre el campanario, pues alguien murió. Un ángel cayó, un ángel murió, un ángel se fue y no volverá. Cuando el asesino huía, Chico Méndez se moría, la selva se ahogaba en llanto. Él dejó dos lindos críos, una esposa valerosa y una selva en agonía. Cuando los ángeles lloran, es por cada árbol que muere, cada estrella que se apaga. Oh, no, no. Un ángel cayó, un ángel murió, un ángel se fue y no volverá. Un ángel cayó, un ángel murió, un ángel se fue volando en madrugada. Cuando los ángeles lloran, cuando los ángeles lloran, lloverá. Cuando los ángeles lloran, cuando los ángeles lloran, lloverá. Cuando los ángeles lloran, cuando los ángeles lloran, lloverá. Yeah. Cuando los ángeles lloran, cuando los ángeles lloran, lloverá.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Thank you. Doreen on the flute and vocals. Chris Ray on guitars. Carmina on ukulele singing and percussions. And myself, Uriel Vasquez on guitar. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. Oh, next song is the song that we were talking about earlier. It's called Dreams in White. And basically talks about this kind of story between a mom and a daughter in these the years 50, 59, 90 years after the polar bears disappeared from Earth. So the little one is probably 7, and she never got a chance to watch or see a polar bear. So she heard these stories about this amazing creature living in the Arctic, in the king of ice, and the little cubs, that she can only actually manage, she can only touch, with a plush, as a plush toy. So she has to start asking mom a question: what happened? Did they really exist? I mean, do you see one alive? So mom responds. So this is their story. It's called Dreams in White. Ready?
It's not together in harmony.
I'm sorry.
He said, Mommy, I always wanted to know what's a polar bear. Did they really ever exist? Did you ever see one alive? I'd like to know what happened, Mom. Sometimes I wonder so what we didn't do things right to keep the polar bear alive. Ooh, sometimes I wonder how man forever changed the earth. Ooh, this change always regret. 'Cause the air was weeping and we covered our ears. Bears were drowning and we covered our eyes. They asked for mercy and we let them die. Ooh, I remember well seeing the last one on the news. He vanished right before our eyes. He was the king of ice. Now go to bed, so close your eyes now. And you see them in your dreams. Oh, I can see them now as they walk in the snow. Do you see them now, playing with their
Thank you. That was great.
Un día lo pensé así, vendrás para cuidar de ti. Ahora sé, la suerte fue para mí. Tú siempre esperaste ahí, confiando en que te iba a encontrar. El tiempo llegó y así una historia empezó. Me enseñaste a no perderme y a casa regresar. apreciar un día común y hasta un día sin luz. En tu mirada veo quién soy, tu mirada nunca miente. Hace falta hablar, hay caminos por explorar. El momento es presente, lo llevaré a la eternidad. Hay caminos por explorar y hay amores por encontrar como tú. Eres tú quien nunca va a juzgar lo absurdo de la humanidad. Tu huella es valor de amor y lealtad. Me enseñaste a no perderme y a casa regresar, a apreciar un día común y hasta un día sin luz. Tu mirada veo quién soy, tu mirada nunca miente. Hace falta hablar, hay caminos por explorar. El tiempo es presente, lo llevaré a la eternidad. Hay caminos por explorar y hay amores por encontrar. Si el camino cansa, el tiempo quiere parar. Soy yo a mi lado, vida, nada nos va a separar. Tu mirada veo quién soy, tu mirada nunca miente. Hace falta hablar, caminos por explorar. El tiempo es presente, lo llevaré a la eternidad. Hay caminos por explorar y hay amores por encontrar. Por eso yo quiero ser más como tú. Un día lo pensé así, tenía que aprender de ti.
Thank you for coming. You guys are more than welcome to come back again. We'll see you on Friday anyway. Same thing. We're here with us. We also like to thank our partners and the organizations and the people who are behind the cameras as well. And somehow they're with their talents, their professionalism, they're actually helping a lot to make this happen. So we want to thank the City of Dallas Office of Arts and Culture. Thank you for believing in our project and help us finance this project as well. The Dallas Huron Foundation. Thank you, Jennifer Clark, for putting us together with these awesome people. Thank you. Thank you very much. The Breaking Barriers Caption Service. Thank you, Kim, for teaching us so much about captions and how important our captions and how hard it is to make an inclusive show. Because sometimes the technology is there, but it's not there quite there to accommodate for the deaf and hard of hearing community. So thank you, Kim, for helping us and stay always in touch and be there for us. Be there for us. And of course, our friends from the Greater North Texas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, who are actually helping us also to develop a program to provide and hiring people within the deaf and hard of hearing community. So hopefully within the next 2 months we can announce how that's going to be in place. But thank you for all that effort. Thank you to the Greater North Texas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you to Alex Vasquez de Vaza Pro Digital. He is behind everything you see, graphics, music in the background, switching back and forth. And he's the one answering my emails at 2 o'clock in the morning. Poor guy. Well, thank you, Alex. Gracias, Alex, por todo tu apoyo from here, de corazón.
Gracias.
Thank you to Russell Bartholomew and also to the DAC, the Deaf and Hard, DAC Deaf Action Center in Dallas for accommodating the ASL interpretation for today and also for Friday. Thank you guys very much for making that happen too. And also to Alcuin School. Thank you, Alcuin,
Thank you, Alcuin.
for letting us do our little festival here, for accommodating and helping us to make this happen too.
Yeah, especially to Margaret, who is a little bit busy now, but she is, just being on top of everything, and she was very, very excited to have you here.
Thank you. Last song, yay! Last song is the theme of the festival. It's called Joy. And there's a phrase there which is our slogan and kind of the theme of everything, together in harmony. And also related to the book, because we have a nice conversation 2 days ago, and the way the bees work, they have specific tasks, they have specific jobs, they communicate to each other. And also, being together in harmony doesn't mean that we always need to be always doing the same thing or believe the same system that others, but it's about respecting. It's about respect, and let people, go with the flow and help other people grow. Sometimes we help, sometimes we receive the help, but also that creates joy. At the end of the day, it's about being happy, being joyful and grateful for what we have, for what we can give. So let me please say thanks to these amazing people, these great musicians and human beings for making that happen too. So Doreen on flute and vocals, Chris again on guitars, Carmina here, and myself, Uriel. So this is the last song called Joy.
I've learned these things in life. Our guidance makes us shine. Just be the change you want and help all those who are a little behind.
go.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
very
everyone.
much.
Thank you, everyone who joined us today. And see you on Friday. And muchas gracias allá en México. Gracias, Ana Silvia. Thank you, Ana Silvia.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Gracias, tía.
Gracias.
Thank
See you on
everybody.
Friday.
See you on Friday.
Stay together in harmony, please.
Bye-bye.
Hola, soy Alejandro Vázquez, productor audiovisual en Base Pro Digital. Me siento tan afortunado de poderme sumar a este gran proyecto de Nova Pangea que se ha involucrado durante muchos años en apoyo al bienestar de las comunidades. Cuando Carmina y Uriel me invitan desde los inicios de Nova Pangea a contribuir con ellos, asumí la responsabilidad de transmitir a más lugares de nuestro planeta sus mensajes que dan valor a nuestra sociedad a través de mi experiencia, habilidades e infraestructura, pero sobre todo a través de una visión altruista de poder ayudar a la humanidad y generar conciencia colectiva. Me honra poder participar en el festival Together in Harmony Dallas 22 de Nova Pangea, apoyando a la comunidad de personas con pérdida de capacidad auditiva y promover la diversidad e inclusión en la ciudad de Dallas, Texas. Estoy seguro que lograremos hacerlo juntos en armonía.
Together,